Ooh, what's up YouTube? ODST General back again, and today guys we have some more accidents. I forgot to hit the record button when I started this, and oh, already wasting time here. But yeah, we're on our second to last mission here. Last time we did the Hungary accident on the highway and Tennessee, and now we're in Poland here. I didn't pick up the thing I needed here. Wasting so much time there. Man, oh man. So yeah, I already recorded a significant portion of this, and then I realized I wasn't recording. So yeah, we're restarting here. And we're going to see if we can get this done here. I was having a little bit of a hard go of it last time. Just gonna crawl in, get this person out here. Now, you know, like I was trying to tell you guys before when I wasn't recording here, you want to be careful if you're pulling people out of vehicles like this. Obviously, especially with somebody like that where there's a very high probability of a neck injury. Now there is reason to pull them out potentially. In this case, the car's leaking oil, and there's a very high possibility of a fire. Although, you know, it's one of those things you gotta use, I guess, your best judgment in that sort of situation. This guy's just laying in a giant puddle of his own blood, and I feel like his neck's like twisted backwards. He's just super bad shape. Oh. Now he's breathing, the other guy's not, but he's bleeding massively, and you can actually see he is in fact in worse shape, so that's gonna be a big thing. I think we're gonna need to take care of him. She's breathing. No wounds that are really noticeable. Then check for possible hazards. This is a little bit obnoxious here. This the sign is where we're at, and like if you see it from the other side, you can't just look at it from the other side of the gate. You have to like walk right up to it. Apply a makeshift tourniquet. I don't know how. Oh, I guess we're just gonna use this belt. Thankfully, he had a belt on to turn into a tourniquet. Been a little bit since I last did this. Been a week or two since I played this game last. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed because I don't think they're going to be coming out with a whole lot more missions. I heard they're working on 1 or 2 more missions for this, from what it sounds like, potentially. But they're already working on another game that's very similar to this, and I don't know how big of a studio this is or their capability to make multiple games. So I guess it's possible that they could continue development and support of this. Didn't hear him breathing, but it looked like there might have been possible movement of his chest there. Well, that's quite the siren. Actually, kind of reminds me of the Chicago tornado alarm. Chicago tornado siren, I should say. Ludwig's car hits Sylvester. He's crossing the street. So, let's see here. Most of this car's jammed up and everything. I don't know if we're going to get too much from that. Yeah. Pushing it sideways. Skid marks are irrelevant. Oh, there it is. Culprit texting while driving. So what's our fourth clue here? Is there a fourth clue? It's not the blood stains. This is the impact point and stuff, so we already got that. Is there anything else in here that might lead to a clue? Nothing that I can see. Let's go a little bit further back down the road, I guess, and see if we can find anything else. I'm guessing there's not going to be much else down here, so I'm guessing if it's probably going to be over at the intersection there. If I had to think on it I'm guessing what happened is the car was coming down from this way. Oh, actually, hang on. No, that's irrelevant. And, you know, they had the light here. It's interesting. They have a stop sign and a stop light. It's different. Oh my god. Really, like, of all the lights here, and it's that specific light. Okay, that was stupid. That was super stupid. Yeah, so boom, 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 boom. That was a bit obnoxious on that one. So she's still alive, regained consciousness even before the arrival of the ambulance. She was deeply traumatized by the event, but recovered the next day. After the accident, she became a much more careful driver, however, and never had another accident. She also hit somebody while texting and driving. I don't know what Poland's laws are regarding that, but I would imagine they're fairly strict too. So this is the pedestrian, I believe, getting hit by the car and subsequently falling, damaged Sylvester's spine just below the lumbar area. He spent the rest of his life in a wheelchair. Oh, didn't get to read the rest of that. So we'll read Ludwig's in a second. We'll read the rest of Sylvester's first. Wheelchair, anyways, he also suffered from a severed artery. Yeah, that's called that one. However, your quick action prevented major blood loss, so there was no damage to the brain. Prevented a major blood loss. Interesting. Ludwig, despite losing consciousness, Ludwig didn't suffer any major injuries. The loss of consciousness was caused by the shock from the sudden collision more than any physical damage. After several days at the hospital, he was released. He returned to work 2 weeks later. Well, I mean, he wasn't breathing, so that's kind of a big deal, but whatever. I guess the game has no issue with it. Alright, so that was our second to last mission. That was Poland out of the way, so that is Poland done. Which brings us to New Mexico, USA, August 15th, 1972. And this is going to be pretty interesting. We got a sweet muscle car there and an old school bus and everything. It sounds like this one might actually have us driving a vehicle potentially, from what I've heard online. I don't know too much though. That might not be correct. Oh, we got an injured cop. Ooh, interesting. So it looks like a police bus or something. Maybe a prisoner escaped. There was a jailbreak or something. So I'm guessing what happened is this muscle car hit the bus to get the prisoner out. This might be a pretty fun one. Or are we going to solve a decades-old prison break? That's a cool car, man. Reminds me of my old speedometer. Well, first of all, how do I get out? What a cool car. So, I've got to find a way to call emergency services here. Can I leave? Alright, so I don't see any way for us to drive, so maybe what we need to do is get on board the bus. Maybe the bus will have a radio or something we can use. I was shot in the back. That sucks. I mean, it's the 70s. There isn't going to be much in the way of cell phones. There's a gun down there. Gosh, it's like being in southern Utah all over again. I feel like maybe there's a gas station or something around, but I can't drive, so... Oh, okay, I see. Oh, you just click to drive to the gas station. That's disappointing. I thought we'd actually get to drive the car from what it sounded like. It's pretty sad. Here we are at the gas station. Door is locked. Oh, there's a phone right there. It's on 911. Preparing to leave as we speak. So we gotta pay attention now. Interesting. So we're gonna have to find a cloth. Choose a person whose life is the most threatened. Good luck. Alright, so we got the first aid kit here. Thankfully, we found that up before we made the call even. So we're going to drive back. The cloth, it might be a little bit tricky to find. I'm not sure what we're going to do as far as the cloth goes. Well, I guess we'll try to check our own trunk, see if maybe we have something in the back of our own vehicle. Obviously, we only had the map inside the glove box that I could see. Empty as empty can be. Still a cool car, though. Although I think the prisoner's car is even cooler. So, I mean, we've got that gun there, and then we've got another gun there. We still need a cloth, though. Yeah, he's unconscious right now, but I don't know where to find this cloth at is the thing. I think it'd be perfectly reasonable for me to, you know, just grab the gun since I know there's still a convict who doesn't seem to be harmed at all. I'm gonna double check the glove box again just to make sure I didn't see anything in here. Oh, we have a handkerchief in here. Alright, so we're going to start with the gun closest to that convict. Oh, I've got to run each one to my trunk here, and this person's just sitting there dying. They're getting pretty low on health, so this kind of sucks. Hopefully it doesn't go down too much further. It seems like it's going fairly slowly. This is a pretty complex one. There's a lot of stuff going on in here because you've got all, you know, the stuff with the weapons and everything too. So first things first, I think we're gonna check on the two officers. I mean, they've both been shot. This guy looks like he's probably the most likely to be alive. Well, second most likely outside that one convict, who I'm pretty sure is the least injured. Shot through the shoulder. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get him in time. Still got these other two prisoners we gotta check on. I wish I could treat him now, knowing that he's in worst, you know, the worst shape out of everybody. Oh, interesting. He was shot too. I have to rewind this though. That's a old school first aid kit, huh? Yeah, I didn't think we'd be getting that one there. So we're gonna rewind a couple here. I wasted a lot of time on that previous one, so hopefully we can get this all squared away. So it looks like I've... Oh man, I don't know that I can get this fast enough still. Old school aviators and everything too. Oh, I wasted a lot of time there. Some precious seconds that I needed there. I came real close on that last guy. Alright. Obviously he's in the worst shape. I still don't know that we're going to be able to get him. I might have to go back another step here, but we'll see. little bit off my beat, unfortunately, which is not ideal. That is a bummer. Yeah, we're gonna have to rewind here a lot of time between those first couple calls. We're trying to find the thing and everything. I said a lot of nothing right there. It occurs to me. Okay, let's get back to our car. Drive out to the scene. I would have saved a lot of time too, because I spent a lot of time looking for the cloth. I didn't think to check in my glove box again, because I'd already found the map in there. I thought I could have seen that handkerchief in there too, and would have had a better idea that was actually in there. And I wish I could check the patients while I was here. Alright, so just high speed, low drag on these guns here. Try to get these revolvers into the trunk of the car as fast as we can. It's like a combination between a Mustang and like a Roadrunner or something, maybe. Okay, so we're just going to take these people in the same order here. Interestingly, we didn't even have to look at the guy in the head here. Oh, that's weird. As soon as I'm just like walking up and checking them, it's instantly completing it. I wonder if that's because I rewound more than once. It did for him too. It's pretty crazy. It's definitely feels a little cheaty there. It's getting pretty low on health even now, though, so that's maybe I shouldn't complain too much. Oh yeah, it skipped over that too. It skipped so many steps that it's thrown me off more than helped, I think. Yeah, not my best run, but it was decent. Yeah, no CPR masks or anything, especially in the US in the 70s. Still got me questioning this. Awesome cars. It looks like almost like Chevy Caprices, though. Can't wait to get a look at these things here. Those look like 80s Chevy Caprices. That's what those look like. I mean, obviously they're not actually Chevy Caprices. But as a former Chevy Caprice owner, like an 80s Chevy Caprice, this thing looks a lot like my old car. Pretty cool cop car, though. State Police. New Mexico State Police. I wonder if that's what they actually looked like. I'm guessing that's probably pretty accurate. They were accurate with the, was it Jacksonville or whatever that we were in last time? That livery was pretty good. The ambulance is gone, though, unfortunately. I wanted to better look at the ambulance, too. Yeah, it's a cool car, though. No cage in the back, though. That's interesting. Alright, so bus flips over. We got a lot of stuff going on here. This looks like it started way down the road. But, I mean, obviously this was a heist. They came under attack. A lot of bullet casings there. So the bus started swerving after they got shot at. Either that was when the driver was shot on the bus, or he was trying to dodge the bullets and just started losing control. It's hard to say. It could be either. Then they must have collided or something, or hit a few times. A lot of broken and shattered glass here. Yeah, he was shot in the head, so put a quick stop to him. Don't know, like, why the front of his car is so smashed quite as badly as it is. Got one more clue, which I'm guessing is the bus driver was shot. Oh, that's the bullet casings we were seeing before. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's in the back of the bus with the prisoners escaping. Doesn't look like it, though. I thought we'd have something happen with that convict, though. For sure that was on the bus. Thought some stuff was going to go down with him, but I guess it's it makes sense that nothing really happened. I don't know what I was expecting with a game like this. It's a shame. It's such a nice car. Or was a nice car, I should say. Well, let's look at our clues and figure out what we've got. So we've got prison bus is attacked by bandits. Bullet blows the tire, which causes the bus to slide. Bandit is hit in the head, which causes it to run into the bus, maybe? Flips over and tumbles along the road. See, it's pretty crazy. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense in that order, unless it was, it had to have been before it started sliding, and then it flipped over and tumbled. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't necessarily make much sense in here. Seems like it has, you know, nothing to do with it. Then you get some random clue that's like way off in the middle of nowhere. What could this last clue be? The last couple of clues have been pretty tough on these last two missions here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's got to be something to do with the bus driver being shot or something, but game seems to think that's not the case. Well, seems to be telling me it's not the case, I should say. So what is the case? Is the question. It's not in the back. It's not the damaged door. It's not the guard in the back getting shot. Is it something to do with the prisoners escaping off into the desert? Am I looking for like footsteps or something? I genuinely don't know what I should be looking for here. Like, the prisoner who's escaping really doesn't have anything to do with the accident, so I don't think that would be it, but I've kind of run out of ideas. I mean, it's not necessarily apparent what we've got going on. So, I mean, it comes under attack, which I don't want to put those out there yet and try to solve it because it'll screw it up without all the clues. Bullet blows the tire, which causes the bus to slide. Which then the bus flips over and tumbles along the road. Actually, no, causes the bus to slide. Bandit shot in the head. I've got an idea what we might be looking for here. But that's locked. Maybe not. I was thinking maybe it was the guns. But I've got my keys on me and it's still not letting me interact with the guns. I feel like the bus driver, I mean, he was like turned towards the window. I feel like he maybe shot the back at the prisoner, or not the prisoner, but the guy in the getaway vehicle, the driver. All these bullet casings are considered found evidence or whatever, because they're flashing and stuff, so I can see them, or glinting, or whatever you want to call it. The point is that I can see them, and I can't interact with them any longer. So yeah, I mean the bus, I guess it was starting to slide there, and I'm guessing the guy got hit in the head, hit the bus, and that's what caused it to start rolling. The question is, how did he get in the head? And I'm assuming it was the bus driver that did it. But the game doesn't seem to think that's relevant evidence, Okay, the bus driver shoots the attackers. That is the one I was looking for. So yeah, we've got this as number 1, which leads us to number 2, which goes to number 3. Not number 3. Interesting. Okay, so it slides and then it starts to tumble because it's sliding. Yeah, so after they flipped, he shoots at the guy. Yeah, what a bus, what a driver for, I mean, he's a cop, but he's just a bus driving cop, and he put in some work on that one. Okay. So this should be kind of an interesting one to read. So we got a few different people in here. First cop, the bus driver's alive. The guard officer is alive as well. One of our prisoners. I believe that was the one that was in the back. Oh wait, no, I guess he was the driver, the getaway driver. He was the one in the back. So let's read on these guys. So we got our bus driver here. Elliot was taken straight to the nearest hospital while being resuscitated along the way. The doctors miraculously managed to save his life, but the collision with the car broke his neck, already weakened by age, and the buses rolled along the road. Even more damage was the loss of oxygen to the brain. He was paralyzed for the rest of his life with limited control of his arms and head. Died at home 8 years after the accident. Was buried by his wife. And that sucks, but he looked like an older guy anyways. I mean, it's hard to say for sure, but he looks kind of like he's in his 60s, already. So, I mean, 8 years isn't terrible, especially in the 70s, and considering, like, how bad a shape he was in after the accident. Brock Bolton, despite losing consciousness, Brock's condition was not as severe as it might appear. The bullet managed to avoid any major organs, and after a careful operation and long convalescence, he returned to duty as a police officer. He was immediately awarded a Purple Heart Medal and a commendation. He quickly rose in the ranks and ended his career as a major in charge of a small police station in his hometown. Seems they're not super familiar with, like, U.S. policing. It's kind of unusual to have a major in a police department, usually. See, like, captains, but usually after that, they kind of depart from military ranks, typically speaking. Maybe a commander or something, you know. Oliver Grant was killed during the chase with the prison bus while Yayo shot in the head. As an orphan, only a low-ranking member of his organization, nobody claimed his remains. He was buried in a potter's field at the nearest cemetery. His funeral was attended by only by cemetery employees. Feels bad. And after the attack, Jerry Tanner was brought to the prison hospital where his wounds were treated. After that, he served the rest of his sentence in relative peace and now works as a carpenter in a remote town in Alaska, far from the memories of his criminal past. Well, you know, good for him. Obviously, I was a little bit suspicious of him, and I think that was kind of the intent. And he's turned his life around and stuff. He got shot, and I don't know if he got shot by the guard or if he got shot just in the crossfire, I guess, either by most likely by the getaway driver trying to shoot at the bus driver or whatever. But yeah, he's a carpenter, he's got an honest living and stuff now, so that's good for him. Anyway, guys, that is all of Accident. We've beaten Accident. It looks like we've got a call coming in here, so I guess we're gonna see what this call has to say. Looks like you solved all the cases for now. There still may be some more in the future, but for now, I'm really proud of you. Well, yeah, okay, so that's pretty vague. Like I said, I did think they are working a couple more at least from what it sounded like. I'm not really hopeful, unfortunately. As good as the game was, as fun as it was doing these calls and everything, I just don't know that I could justify this pricing at like $15 just because there's no replay value. And for $15, there's a lot better games out there. Nowadays, so many indie developers and stuff. With that being said, if you do have $15 and you can afford it, it might be worth checking out nonetheless. Of course, if you guys have watched all these videos, once again, you've seen all of it. But hey, if we see those extra missions come out, maybe something to check into down the road. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.